In recent days, some new images of Jimin and Jungkook have begun circulating online, sparking a wave of comments and speculation from certain fan groups, such as the jungkookers. They have once again spread unconfirmed rumors. These rumors insist that Jimin and Jungkook were traveling as a couple, and some social media comments even claim, without proof, that the two went to Switzerland with the intention of secretly getting married. However, it's important to note that there is no concrete evidence to support these claims. The only thing that has surfaced are a few photos and videos showing Jimin and Jungkook on what appears to be a trip, accompanied by several staff members, suggesting it could be a professional activity. There are even indications that Namjoon could be participating in that same trip, as one of the images shows Namjoon wearing a similar style of clothing to Jungkook, raising suspicions that it could be him. None of this has been confirmed by any of the members or official sources, so it's best not to take the rumors for granted. What is known is that Jungkook has been very active and committed to his work, as he has demonstrated on multiple occasions in the past. The possibility of this being a joint project with other members is not ruled out, but no detailed information has yet been revealed. It's essential to be cautious with the versions circulating on social media. Some fan communities tend to reinterpret facts in exaggerated or out-of-context ways, aiming to reinforce specific narratives. In this case, the jungkookers have insisted for years on the existence of a romantic relationship between Jimin and Jungkook, but have never been able to prove it with verifiable evidence. A clear example is the bond that unites Taehyung and Jungkook, who have shared significant experiences since the beginning of their careers. They have shown constant closeness over time, and their connection has been evident both in performances and offstage. Although they've never directly commented on their relationship, what can be seen in their relationship speaks for itself. Therefore, before accepting any story spread online, it's best to look at the facts objectively. The recent images could have multiple explanations, from filming for special content to a simple work trip. The presence of staff members and the possibility that Namjoon is involved reinforce the idea that this could be a more complex production. Until there's official information, everything else is left to speculation. And while it's always valid to be excited about new news about the members, it's also important to be responsible when sharing what isn't confirmed. What's certain for now is that Jungkook continues to work with the same dedication as always, seeking to offer quality content to those who follow him. And those who know his dynamics well within the group know that there are relationships that stand out for their authenticity, like the one he shares with Taehyung, which remains one of the strongest and most genuine. March 4, 2023, was a night filled with misunderstandings and rumors among the jungkookers, but it also highlighted the authenticity of the bond between Taehyung and Jungkook. That day, Jimin held a live stream in which some people claimed to have heard the sound of a kiss and claimed Jungkook was there, arguing that his voice could be identified in the background. However, what happened that night contradicts those rumors. There are numerous testimonies and evidence that Jungkook was elsewhere, enjoying a genuine moment with Taehyung at a bowling alley. It is especially admirable to see how, despite attempts by some to separate or divert attention from their bond, the two continue to choose each other. The connection they have demonstrated on numerous occasions goes beyond any media strategy or rumor campaign. Whether at official events, during live broadcasts, or in private situations, the trust and affection between Taehyung and Jungkook are evident, demonstrating a relationship of support and understanding that many consider exemplary. Furthermore, attempts have been made to reproduce or copy moments from Taehyung's skiing. One example is the show Are You Sure?, which featured a scene where Jimin mentioned that he had gone skiing with Jungkook, when in fact, he didn't do that activity with Jungkook. Wooga, who was with Taehyung, was also present with Jungkook. These kinds of misinterpretations or distortions cannot obscure the obvious. the relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook is solid and based on everyday events and shared experiences that have allowed their bond to grow stronger over time. The relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook is much more than a simple friendship, it is a very special bond. That night, while some were trying to mistakenly link Jungkook to Jimin through supposed sounds, eyewitnesses confirmed that Jungkook was accompanying Taehyung, enjoying a carefree, everyday activity. Jungkook subsequently held his own live from his home, which refutes any attempt to associate him with Jimin's live and reinforces the reality that his activities were centered on his connection with Taehyung. This strong connection is observed and valued by those who enjoy authenticity in relationships. While there are always those who want to exaggerate certain situations or create confusing narratives, the truth is that Taehyung and Jungkook have built a bond based on real experiences, sharing simple activities like bowling, spontaneous live performances, and enjoying time together without artifice. These actions speak for themselves and make it clear that, despite difficulties or interference from third parties, their friendship and affection remain strong and constant. It's important to emphasize that the authenticity of this bond is not based on rumors or unfounded hypotheses. The facts show that while some are distracted by rumors about other members, true bonds are cemented through simple and genuine moments. The relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook is an example of how friendship can overcome obstacles and remain strong, even amidst controversy and misunderstandings. A few days ago, an image of Taehyung and Jungkook began circulating on social media. This photo appeared during an episode of the television show Yes Vietnam, raising many questions among fans. Some thought it was a Photoshop, as it seemed too good to be true. However, the original video from the show confirmed that the image was authentic. It shows that one of the contestants had a photograph of Taehyung and Jungkook taped to the wall, clearly visible on the back of his bed. What was most striking was not only the appearance of the image in such an intimate space, but also how this couple is recognized and valued by many people. This photograph wasn't there by chance. It was placed intentionally, showing that the connection between Taehyung and Jungkook is admired not only by those who have known them for a long time, but also by other young people who appreciate the sincere and natural gestures of affection. This scene sparked a wave of comments and observations, especially among those who follow the careers of both artists. Many people emphasized that, beyond words, there are actions that reveal real bonds. In the case of Taehyung and Jungkook, their consistent behavior demonstrates a closeness that's hard to fake. When two people act with the intention of impressing others, it shows. But when two people understand each other without much discussion, everything flows naturally. For years, Taehyung and Jungkook have shared a dynamic that doesn't respond to a script or a strategy. They don't seek attention with exaggerated gestures, nor do they need to rehearse how to interact in front of the cameras. On the contrary, their way of being together shows trust, comfort, and a familiarity that has been visible in numerous public and private moments. They regularly accompany each other, touch each other confidently, and look at each other without avoiding eye contact. All of this has been recorded in interviews, concerts, live broadcasts, and other spaces where they can be seen being themselves. This type of behavior, repeated for so long, cannot be reduced to a coincidence. A closer look reveals that their connection doesn't depend on the public's attention, but rather stems from their shared presence. Some people interpret these gestures as jokes or planned moments, but the continuity and spontaneity with which they occur indicate otherwise. When a couple spends time together consistently and naturally, it shows in the small details, the way they approach each other, the way they touch each other, the smiles they share for no apparent reason. In the case of Taehyung and Jungkook, their interactions don't seem to be a publicity stunt. Rather, they reflect a genuine relationship that has evolved over time. They don't need to explicitly say what they feel. They communicate it through gestures, gentle caresses, lingering glances, and shared moments that often occur without anyone else noticing. This relationship isn't limited to a specific setting or context. It's present in both interviews and everyday situations. The images circulating, videos shared by others, and live streams show how their bond remains strong and evident. Even when they're surrounded by others, it's easy to notice that they always find ways to connect, to be close, to care for each other with small gestures. The fact that a photograph of them is posted on the wall of a foreign TV show may seem like a minor detail, but it has a deeper meaning. It means that their relationship has touched others, that it has reached unexpected places, and that it represents something special to those who value real human connections. Therefore, what happened at Yes Vietnam isn't just an anecdote about a picture. It's a reflection of how the relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook has impacted so many people. Their way of being, of sharing, of caring for each other, and of showing themselves fearlessly, leaves an impression on those who observe them. This isn't proof or demonstration, but a constant coexistence that speaks for itself.